Yeah. Now they can hear me on YouTube. I had to make sure I hit that button on YouTube now. Peace and blessings. This is the Rude Awakening. It takes place every Saturday, the 7 o'clock hour, 3 o'clock hour. 3 o'clock hour. It's a rainy day. What's better time to plant something amazing so that we can have a harvest in due time, right? So let's wait for the Invisible Crown Army to join us. Let me load up real quick because I want to make sure you guys, I come in, get what we need so we can press out and we can do what we need to do. This is divine time. This is divine order right now. You know, we have to divide and conquer right now. Some of the things that we're going through. Let me make sure I got myself adjusted right now. I know I'm looking for something called bigger, better, greater in my life, in my finances, and the people around me. Come on now, you guys. You can tell if you growing or not by watching the people that surround you. If they're not growing, then you not growing. That's a problem. The problem, either you not producing in the area of the people that surround you, or the people that surround you is hindering you and keeping you from doing what it is that God created you to do. For some of us, we prefer familiar bondage than foreign freedom. Now, I know we just got here. We here for a good time, not a long time. Some of you, you've been here. Rhonda, Chris, Jackie, she, Kati. Many of you that's logging on right now, you've been here for a minute. You cannot tell me you have not experienced some form of results, whether that was in your finances or whether that was in your business, whether that was in your communication, whether that was in your relationship, whether that was with how your parenting went. You can't tell me you have not experienced another level to this thing called life. Many people prefer to stay still. Come on, Felicia on deck now. Many people prefer to stay still, to stay stagnant. This is the wrong time to stay still. Staying still can get your head knocked straight off. I understand, Shantae. Come on, y'all. Y'all logging in now. I got you. I understand staying still sometimes because you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. Some of you, you just don't want to keep repeating. Listen, Christmas repeat, your birthday repeat, April repeat, everything repeat, okay? Once you start doing the proper thing in life, guess what? Everything that makes up your life right now is built off of your habits. Your future is based off the habits. What you do today will predict what your tomorrow look like. If you complain about being tired, if you complain about wanting to throw the towel in, if you got tired, you better be quiet right now. Check yourself. This is the wrong time to sit here and be telling yourself that you tired of things that's going on in your life. If you are unhappy with where you at in life, stop, pause, time out real quick. The place you living in right now, the area you living in right now is the area you chose. What you in right now is the future to your past. Somewhere down the line, some signals got crossed. Some people dropped out. Some people left you abandoned. Some things you got wrong. You had the right idea, but some of us, we went about it the wrong way. I think we all had the right idea at some point, okay? But we have to be honest. We have to be honest. It did not work. Had the right idea, but we did it too soon. We moved too soon. And too soon can cost you. But it don't have to keep costing you. I don't want to stay stagnant. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm here to elevate. I'm here to empower. I'm here to push. I don't care who get free, long as somebody get free. Okay? That's our deal. You don't owe me nothing, but you owe yourself everything. So let me start everything over again. Some people will prefer familiar bondage. What is familiar bondage? Familiar bondage is they just comfortable. They comfortable with people being who they are. They comfortable with being given barely enough. Some of you, you know good and well you can't survive off of what you have right now. You know God has to be in your life. Some of you, you have had the bare minimum when it comes to support, when it comes to finances, when it comes to love, when it comes to peace. You have the bare minimum, okay? Bare minimum. I'm talking about minimum wage when it comes down to intelligence. It just seems like stupid people just draw on to you like a magnet. And for some of us, that's our punishment right now. We wondering, God, what did we do? What did we do? It's what you didn't do. Some of you keep talking about what did I do? Flip that thing. It's what you didn't do. Some of you have not enhanced your know. You talk about everything that's going on around you, not knowing you are the creator of your circumstances. Okay? Some people prefer familiar bondage. That means long as I'm here, I'm safe, but you're not growing. How you safe and you ain't developing? How you safe and ain't nothing around you gonna develop you? Actually, you need to get rid of the things that surround you. That's why you undeveloped. A lot of us are undeveloped because of our surroundings. You see, frustration, anger, right? Confusion, it only comes to make you make a decision. It only comes so you can say, oh, hell no. This ain't, no, hell no. You can ride out at this point. What am I saying, you guys? I'm saying we make a decision, then we flip-flop and go right back to what we accustomed to. This ain't no kick feet up type lifestyle. This is the rude awakening. This is when we awaken up something, right? Hopefully it'll be our conscious mind. The only thing gonna change is our thinking. If we don't change ourselves mentally, we will stay where we at physically. How's it working for you? It's not working for me. Okay? I believe we have to discover some new land. I believe that we are in a place that we about to get into called unfamiliar. Meaning unfamiliar places gonna require some unfamiliar stuff. And for many of you, I spoke last week. I gave them a little pop in, pop out. I said, you're going to have to take the shot. That means if we lose, at least we losing with me being involved. One thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to be sitting on a bench and life is going on and I got somebody else playing on my behalf. I don't care if I can't play or not. You better call me on that battlefield. You better get me on that court. Hey, well, you can't shoot good. Put somebody else in. Listen. We don't have a team if I'm not on it. If I'm not playing, then this ain't no team. If I don't contribute, this ain't no team. Let's flip it. If you don't contribute, you better have something. What makes you prosperous? You guys, come on now. I talk to you about prosperity. The only way to get prosperity, first off, you got to start with the conversation. Many of us, we are already ahead of everybody right now. You know why? Because we willing to have the conversation. We done heard no more than anything. We apply for a loan. No. Can you do this? No. Can you have that? No. Well, then guess what? We know what no sound like. We need to prepare for the yes. We need to prepare at this point. The moment this thing turns, you better be ready. The moment that ball gets in your court, the moment God restore you, come on, y'all. This is the wrong time to be looking backwards right now. This is the wrong time to be talking about, God, are you sure? You didn't ask him, are you sure? When you was living in hellish places, what is hellish places? It's a mentality. What's the devil? The devil is not real. The devil is an idea that they came up to get in your conscious mind, to get in your mind, that there is a little man around here called the devil, that when he comes to your life, he gonna mess your life up. And some of you scared like, ooh, that devil be busy. No. The devil be busy when you're trying to do this, but you don't finish. You're trying to do that, but you don't finish. You want this, but you don't do the work. You want that, but you ain't putting the time in. You have to understand something. The devil cannot move you when you grounded. When it's all said and done, and we done sent everything up. Come on, y'all, let's just send it up. The hell with this. Let's just send it up, all right? We done messed up a whole lot. What we built is just not working. Somewhere down the line, we done left a screw out. Somewhere down the line, they didn't send the power cord. Somewhere down the line, this thing is programmed in another language, and I don't understand it. I don't understand frustration. I don't understand jealousy. I don't understand envy. I don't understand confusion. I don't understand manipulation. I don't understand it. Why don't I understand it? Because it's not a language I choose to speak. It's not something that I choose to understand. At the end of the day, you have the wrong, somebody is waiting on that, not me. So I have to bypass, come on, y'all, bypass some of these things that's waiting on you. We don't run from evil. We address evil at this point. Why is it here? The doctors come to you. He gives you a report. Hey, what's going on? Okay. Once you see this report, okay, well then let's see what we need to do to fix this thing. What am I not going to do? I'm not going to trigger my emotions. I'm not going to run around and tell my business that somebody else going to tell my business. They're going to tell my business. They're going to tell my business to the point that I don't have no business, because I never had no business telling somebody else my business in the first place. What am I saying to you guys now? We moving in a place of unfamiliar. Unfamiliar gonna challenge you. Unfamiliar gonna stretch you. Unfamiliar gonna pull you. It's gonna pull you to the point where you in a new place and it's almost as if you by yourself. Guess what? You are. You are by yourself at this point. Some of us unfamiliar, meaning, God, I'm talking to you like I never talked to you before. That means, look, Lord, last week I told you guys, hey, I need this God thing to work. It might don't need to work for you, because a lot of people pretend. A lot of people want religion. I need relationship. I am the backup plan. I am the case of emergency. I am the backup. I'm the plan B, C, D, E, F, and G. I don't have the help because I am the help. You kill me, it's game over. The same thing I'm saying, I advise you to put it on your lips. I don't just speak for me. I speak for everybody that can hear me. The Lord said, let those that have ears, time out. Put the word to hear the truth. Okay? Let those that have ears to hear the truth. Now notice, many of us will be like, the Lord said, let those that have ears, let them hear. Guess what? That went over a lot of our heads because they wasn't specific enough. You better talk to me personally, okay? Let those that have ears to hear the truth. And the truth is, I'm tired of playing the fool, okay? It's some other people that can get this position. Now, God, I will stay in this position until somebody else is called, but please hurry up, okay? Because some of us, we've been playing a fool for so long that we done messed around and think this is where we belong. We trying to get comfortable now. We trying to buy furniture in a house we not going to stay in. We trying to paint the wall. I get it now. Some of you need to pack up and get ready for your movement. That's a transition. But see, we can't transition to one place for the transformation till we done came to terms with everything that's around us right now. Listen, come to terms. This ain't working. This is not working. One thing that is working is you. I'm the creator of I Am My Life Coach. It's an inner concept. It's not going to work for some people because it don't work by itself. Just like you don't work by yourself. You got yourself into every relationship you've been in. Some walked away from your crazy self and some you walked away from. Some you didn't even get with. And it might could have worked. But why didn't it work? Because a lot of us, we like to judge a book by its cover. We want to look at the cover of a book, right? We want to look at what we see, right? So I'm going to bring you into a message from last week that I was on, right? And about a person that looked at the cover of a book, right? And for some of us, we want to look behind the scene. This is why people interested in your past. Where you go to school at. This is why your job want to know. Let me see your resume. They want to know a little bit about you. This is why you can't get lights in your name, because you had lights in your name 15, 20 years ago. Some of you, them lights was in your name. Don't act like your parent put them lights in your name. You did it too, okay? Or somebody put lights in your name or put something in your name and they didn't live up to the contract. Now, I know some of you like, yeah, that's right. You know, I financed him that car. He didn't pay the bill. If it wasn't for me, stop right there. God done vouched for you by sending his son, Jesus Christ, for you. And now that you have Christ, he said, whatsoever you ask in my name, come on now, it will be given to you. Some of you people was asking you when they should have been talking to God. And if they was talking to God, then they was talking to the God in you. You see, I don't need you, but I need the God to come through you. You see, let's be clear about this one thing and one thing only. What you need might not need you. What am I saying? I'm saying for many of you, you're going to have to get up and get over yourself. Okay? You need the right atmosphere. You need the right inner circle. You need the right people to speak. I don't need a bunch of followers. Isn't it amazing that I was talking to my 6th, 7th, 8th graders, right? And we're talking about entrepreneur and building. What you bring to the table is what you build to the table, build at the table. And we all had to come up with a business name. That was your brand. We all had to sell a product. That was your service, right? And we all needed a slogan. Well, for the Invisible Crown Army, the slogan is, if you Google it, Invisible Crown Army, it means Invisible Crown Incorporated, which is the Army. It's leading leaders to leaders, which means every last one of you guys are leaders. Every last one of you have been chosen for a time as such. This is not a make-believe. Even if you was making this up, AJ, let's just play with it for a second. Let's play with the idea. With change comes change. If you are in the driver's seat and this thing is called life now, and you can't depend on nobody but yourself, then guess what? You are in the right position talking to the traffic controller, and the traffic controller is called Christ, which is Jehovah, which is the Father. Now that you are in position and we're ready to move to a new position, right? We're ready to move to a new position. I expressed to you earlier. What's going on, Tony? Tony and Rena checking in live on YouTube. Peace and blessings, you guys. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you guys on Facebook for joining in. I thank you for standing with me as I make progress. Some people think you bragging just because you work hard to make your life better, right? Just because you work hard so you can produce more, so you can come out, so you can offer more to the people that's around you, the people that you connect to, right? You don't ever want to not add value to what you are around. For many of us, you are undervalued. But today we're going to find the value, and that value is marketable. If you take your time and hold on, if you take your time and hold your position, I will tune us in, patch us in, and get us exactly where we need to be, right? So I wanted to do a little quick recap in this thing. And I was talking about Joseph. I saw some different things that I wanted to give you, right? I want to lead with this thing. If you don't change where you are mentally, then you will always be where you are physically. That goes the mind. The mind controls everything. The mind moves but the mind creates any and everything you desire to have out of this thing called life. All right. But for a lot of us, we don't like to think until we're in a situation. We don't want to think until they done cut the lights off. We don't want to sit here and find out where we're going to move till they're ready to put us out. We don't want to sit here and figure out what can we do? What can we do to strengthen this relationship? We already decided the relationship was done. We done. You know what I mean? It's over. That's it. You cross me or cross them. That's it. You can't repair something you should have been practicing before we even got to this point. Now you have to practice parting from somebody. You have to practice parting in peace, parting, being happy, saying, listen, we had a good run. Our run done ran out. It done ran its course at this point. And now I'm looking for something different, right? Notice, I said at the beginning, some of us prefer stability of comfortability, right? We prefer bondage, similar bondage, right? Because we are afraid of foreign freedom. What is foreign freedom? Foreign freedom is a feeling that you can express yourself without having to worry about what somebody else thinks. I'm due. Matter of fact, I'm overdue for some happiness. I'm overdue for some peace. But I realize I cannot share that with everybody. So I have to hold a little bit to myself. I'm real protective over people I rock with because I spent a lot of time investing into the people around me. I need strong people around me. I don't need weak people around me. I don't need fake people around me. You can't fabricate who you are. You only can be who you are. And some of you, please understand me. If I'm saying this, you better be looking at who people not. Okay, that means if they don't add to who you are and what you're doing, and you don't see the purpose of, then your your realest moment gonna have to bring forth that clarification. And that's what we need to make a difference in this quarter that's coming up right now. Clarification. We need to know what's going on, when it's going on, why it's going on, and the time is going on. That's how it's supposed to work. Why you need to work out, when you working out, the time you working out, the day you working out. That's how it has to happen in order to get the results that you're looking for. You have to be so specific about what you're doing that I'm telling you, we here to make impact. We here to land this plane right now. We here to change the community that's growing up around us right now. You looking for the change? No, you about to become the change. You finna take the shot. You finna see how this thing really works. You finna let it be known your presence is what it is right now. No one can question your position once you get in your position. You guys take your position. Let's transition to a different point right now, right? Yeah. So I got to close this up. I got a lot of calls and a lot of concerns, right? A lot of calls and a lot of concerns. And it was about the message that I delivered, right? And please understand something. I'm here to challenge you. I'm not here to agree with you. I love the questions. Keep bringing on the questions because that's what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to ask questions because that's how we get what we need. What do we need? We need information. What is information? Information is knowledge. Did he not say my people perish because of the lack of what? Knowledge, right? So we do need people that have that information. Unfortunately, we crave something else, right? And I'm not talking White Castles. We crave understanding. What is understanding? Understanding is comprehension. But we understand, you should understand as well as I do, that everybody don't have what it takes in order to produce what it is you desire. Come on now. Results, okay? Why? Because we was taught practice makes you perfect. Practice does not make you perfect. Practice makes you better. And for many of us, we've been practicing the wrong thing. And some of us ain't been practicing at all. And that's why it's difficult for us. That's what the foreign freedom is. It's being able to see exactly what you about to do, right? It's being able to see your work. When you see a child do something, paint something, color something, they are happy because they want you to see what they created. Look at my picture, mommy. Like, get that little picture. Oh, that's pretty, baby. And you just shoot them on, right? Right? Somebody else do something. Oh, mom, dad, look at this here. Oh, that's nice. Oh, look at this. What is this, right? Now, you know that picture don't look like what it says, but they take pride because they created it, right? Just like you take a picture, you get your eyelashes done, you get your face done, right? Little men get in the gym and stuff, right? They want to flex, put a little money to the ear, talk to the money, right? And they want somebody to clap for them, right? You want somebody to clap for you because you temporarily made yourself look, I guess, better or something, right? And at the end of the day, that comes with no reward. Life is about impacting the areas you go into. It's about being God's truest form of expressions through you. You are here to express God's presence here on earth, but he has to come through you. He has to use your voice. He has to use you physically, right? This don't sound like religion. This sounds like a relationship. So let's go into this word real quick and let's cut this thing real down. Let me end this real quick. Some people called me and they asked me, they said, how Joseph the dreamer, right? I started by letting you guys know that he had favor on his life, right? Other people can see the favor, right? That's why they choose you. They see something special about you. Even you don't see it, right? Some people think it's they look that they see. It's not your look. If you will have known that God is not impressed with your lips, your hips, your thighs, or anything, right? Your eyes, he ain't concerned about none of that. Right? But you think so. So, because that's what you want to market. It's something else inside of you. But you so busy done got caught up on the outside of you that you missing the trueness that he put inside of you. There's something inside of you. It's called foreign freedom, right? Now watch this. Joseph get to one place, and the king, the person that was in play, put him over a whole house. Unfortunately, his wife was in that house that he was put over. Okay, it's stated that he was never there. He wasn't there. He just disappeared out the story. Like many of you, right? It's so many times we want to uplift leaders in our lives, right? Oh, this my this my that, this my spiritual dad, this my spiritual this. But as soon as you in a situation, your spiritual dad ain't changing the flat on your car. He ain't sitting here changing the oil under your hood. He ain't giving you no support, ain't painting your house, ain't on your roof. He's an electrician, but won't come and fix your lights, right? Come on, y'all. Let's be honest, right? We got play brothers that can't play a mechanic, but they can sit here and play the field. Let's go, right? Play brothers, we want to play everything, right? Until you just played out. And I think God done played a lot of things out, that he done moved a lot of people out because something new is happening. Is it just me? But things is changing, right? And we in a shift. There's a shift going on right now, right? And so I stated that he was over this house, and the wife and the Joseph was close. They got real close. It wasn't just her liking him. He actually liked her. On a day-to-day basis, they was interacting, right? One thing they both understood at the beginning. Joseph understood that the reason he's is because of the father, not the father, the master. The master meaning this is not my house, this is your house, right? For many of you, you're leasing somebody else's apartment. That's not your place, that's somebody else. So guess what? If they don't empty the garbage, if something happened to the establishment, you're not gonna fix that stove. You finna call them, look, you finna come here and you finna do some work up in this house, right? You need to keep this house up if I'm gonna keep renting from you. What am I saying? Guess what? That's how it is in relationships and friendships. For some of you, people got titles, but they don't add no value to what it is they have a title to. And guess who participate in that thing with them? You do. This is what I'm saying. If that relationship you in is poor, then you are poor too. That's one way to say that you are living in a poverty place, because you don't have poverty stricken. What do I mean? You have people around you that are not prospering. They actually are depleted. Depleted means dry. Either they gonna be the change for you, or they is the change that done got you stuck now. I believe that there's so much in you that all you need to do is change. And I you, everything around you will change. According to who? According to you. If God gonna use somebody, he's gonna use you. He's gonna use you. But you keep trying to use what? Someone else. How can you use somebody else that's not even speaking on your behalf? You be like, oh, let's love them. Listen, I don't love nobody if they ain't connected to this body. You can't sit here and take me step by step how this thing work. Come on, y'all. I can tell you how I am my life coach work from front to back. All right. I'm not the only the one that had to use. You're not the only one that's using this. I have to use it on a day-to-day, moment by moment, second by second, just to keep myself in alignment. Because if I did not have I am my life coach working in my life right now, I would literally done slapped somebody, done probably been in jail, done probably took what wasn't mine, probably done sit here and done some things. And right now, I probably will be on saying I don't even want to be here on earth, because everyone is just cruel, right? When you see everyone else, you're going to always find the good in people and the worst in people. Does that seem? How does that sound? Living life every day and you just looking at people saying, "Oh, they're so nice. Oh, they're so mean. Oh, they're so angry. Oh, they so sweet. Oh, they so kind. Oh, they so I don't really like them." You are a spectator. You are a naysayer. You are somebody that's not playing the game called life the way it's supposed to be. If you're going to lose, then you're going to lose on the battlefield. If you're going to lose trying to get somewhere. If you're going to die, what do I mean? Die meaning die to the stuff that I've been stuck in, okay? Then I'm going to die with my eyes open. People going to hear what I have to say. Respect going to be the key. key word, that's going to be the only word. I'm going to respect what you are, and I'm also going to respect what you're not. But I'm also going to listen to every word that's coming out my mouth. I'm going to listen to what God is trying to lead me to do. And if he leading me this way, then hey, I will open up and I will provide a connection to some of you that's able to be connected to. Others is at your own, because at the end of the day, it has to grow in you. I can plant the seed, okay? But your time coming and showing up is what waters that seed. Let's go deeper. Joseph was over this house, and him and his lady got connected a little stronger, right? More and more. The question was asked to me, how did he rape her, right? Because I always wanted to put the attention on a lady and say, let's talk about her, right? She said 2 times, right? It was in Genesis 40, right? It was in Genesis 40. She said 2 times, no, Genesis 39. She said 2 times, come and lay with me, right? One time it was in verse. It was in verse 7. After a while, his master's wife, right? We got to love how it narrates, took notice of Joseph and said, come to bed with me. Come to bed with me. That can mean many things. It does not mean they was in there doing it. It doesn't mean they was screwing it, right? What it means, it can mean, come to bed with me could mean relax, take off your armor, take off your guards. To bed means let's just dream a little bit, right? Let's just dream, right? The bed signifies rest, right? The bed signifies let's be open, let's be honest, right? Come lay with me, come confide with me. You know how lay your head on my pillow, right? Mrs. Jones, right? You know, these songs was real songs. You understand what I'm saying? And what I would like to believe is she knew that Joseph had the spirit, because at the end of the day, all she'd been around was her husband, and her husband did not have the spirit. Nowhere in this scripture it says he had the spirit of God. He didn't get the spirit. The one that was connected to him that he saw out had the spirit, which will be many of you. Many of you have more God than the God that you go looking for. That's why it says, great is he that is in me. That means you got the power in you, but to not know your power, you don't have no power. And many of us, we've been powerless, but now we are wireless. That means we don't have to connect to something in order to be connected. We already connected. Let's get these fruits. Let's get what we need. So she said, listen, come lay to bed with me, right? So at the end of the day, Joseph refused this, right? And he began to inform her that, hey, listen, my deal with who I'm connected with, right? He put me over in charge of everything. Meaning I'm not going to compromise my position. Stop right here. Many of you can play this role at any given time. Once you put in a position, you have to own that position. You have to recognize that it was what you were capable of doing is what got you the position in the first place. Some of you so used to getting handouts. You so used to cutting across the field. You so used to cheating yourself. When you cheat yourself, that means you don't give it all you got. You give it barely enough, and you living in a barely enough mindset, a barely enough place. Remember, what your belief system is what creates your habits. What creates your habit is your belief system. For many of us, the belief system is not that strong. You know, God don't have you until you first recognize that you have you. You have yourself grounded. You have yourself in a position. You have yourself where you thinking bigger, better, greater. That's the target. Bigger, better, greater. I do not have time to do an evaluation on everything that's behind me to find out how many times I have messed up in life, unless that's what God is calling you. If he's calling you to do an inventory check, right, to see who's standing with you, then guess what? This is the time to do it now. But guess what? There's not many people standing with you because you've been standing by yourself for a long time. How do I know this? Because if you was not standing by yourself, then he would not have showed you an alternate route. Some of us, we was left out. Some of us, we was abandoned. Some of us, we did not see anything moving, and God knew that there was more in you because he planted inside of you. This is your harvesting season you about to get into right now. You see, you got to figure out, are you sowing or is you reaping right now? Are you sowing or are you reaping? I'm here to let you know, if I'm reaping, then you reaping too. You're giving me reaping blessings right now. We getting due return. Some of us, we have been down so long. I told y'all, I done played the fool for so long that, listen, somebody, God, has to be sent to play this role. But I'm going to hold my position, but I don't want my name to keep getting called to play the fool role. Do you hear me? So let's talk for a second. He reminded her, my master does not concern himself with me, right? That's called discipline. You see, you don't worry about your child. When your child say he's going to the store, she's going to the store, you don't see him have to check the app and make sure they're going where they say they're going. Some of you got to put a tracking device on your kids because, hey, you just don't trust them, and you got every right to. Do you hear me? When God is grading you, then you got to be over the house. It don't care who like this. I'm putting a tracking device on you. If you do a crime in the world, don't you know they put a monitor on your leg? Don't you know that you get on house arrest? They want to know where you going. If the government can know where you going when you do something wrong, then you mean to tell me in my house I supposed to let you need to just let them be boys. You need to let no, and no, and no. God is watching me. Okay? That's who I'm scared of. I'm scared that if he gives me authority and the power, trust and believe me, it's just like when you sign up for ComEd. You don't they have the power to cut your lights off? If you don't pay your cell phone bill, don't they have the power to kill your service? Okay? Are you looking for a partner or are you looking to be a provider? For many of us, I have to give you this PSA, public service announcement. We are moving into a place where we have to be a provider. We got to provide people with the right demonstration of how God operates. Some of you, you've been pretending for so long that you think God's only word is Y-E-S. Yes, 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 yes. You've been pretending so long that you sitting up here. Yes, God. Yes, God. Listen to me. The reason you know how to say yes, God, is because you was rebellious for so long saying no, God. What do I mean? By no God meaning I don't even consult with God when I was doing the things that I was doing. Okay? And that's why now you have to be like, yes, God, because at one point you didn't have no God. And you was like, no, God, I know what I'm doing. And when somebody asks you, like, hold on here, I know what I'm doing. Hold on, that's what I'm worried about. How do you know I know when somebody's into me. I know when somebody is here. I know when I'm this. Listen, what you know is familiar to you. Familiar bondage. What you want. I know what I want, what I deserve. And that's why familiar bondage was released on you. Because you don't have the Spirit of God. Because what you know, right, and what you can confirm is what you never had. It does not last. When it's tested, it comes down every time. Come on, y'all. You got more kills, right? This is the wrong time to have casualties going on in your life. Many of you, come on, y'all. We got to bring some things to life right now. You will be the change and you will change everything. Let me press real quick. Come on. I like it when I got to press. Listen, verse 8, right? He refused. Here go another refusal right here, right? But he refused, right? She said again, come to bed with me. He refused, right? He began to tell her, right? Everything he gave me entrusted. This is called self-discipline. You see, some of you entrusted with communication. You entrusted with how you handle solid relationship. Many of you never had somebody that had the Spirit like you had the Spirit. See, normally it's one person without the Spirit and then it's you. And now what God does is he take the Spirit from you and he put it on somebody else. And now you have to listen to somebody else with the Spirit. You have a problem with it. Why do you have a problem with it? It's because you wanted to be the one with the Spirit giving the message. You see, that's always has to be a transition. That means inner and outer, inner and outer. Everybody wants the up. I'm about to prove it. Everybody wants the up until God said, okay, now that you got this part master, let's get this part master, right? So you figure this out. So he takes the spirit, put it on somebody else, and now you have a problem with somebody else with the spirit. You have a problem now because God done took the spirit out the pulpit and he done put it on you. God done sit here and change this and done put it on you. You supposed to be singing right now. You supposed to be telling people, listen, God told me. You supposed to be sending out scriptures and stuff. You the one now. But guess what? You ain't pretending because you still have to be the human being. You still have to operate in the natural. The spirit will never sit here and let you it will always be a different. You can see when I'm operating in higher self, that means free will. Yes, God, do what you see fit, right? But once the Lord is done, it's called merging. Now this is back to AJ now, and check it out. I'm going out and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. That's once I've been released. It's like a job. You go to work, you have to give that job everything that job hired you to do in the beginning. You signed up for it, right? You signed up for it. Hold on.